Second and 10. He looks left, throws left. It's Cup. First down and more across midfield. Finally forced out of bounds by Julian Blackman.
So that we had a chance to talk to him a week ago when it was McCourty against McCourty. So you have a lot of respect for his career.
Oh, great block right there. And look at the broken tackles. Damian Harris bulldozing his way. Myers digging, turning. That is a touchdown. You might never see this season a better hard-earned run.
Second and 7. Bridgewater fakes the handoff. He's going to take another chance. Up the seam. Sutton had a step. And Bridgewater with a masterful pass.
There's been pressure in his face, and they force him to do something.
Quick pass to the near side. That is complete to Demetric Felton. And Felton still on his feet. Inside the 10 to the goal line. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Crowd trying to make it more difficult now. Burrow throws, intercepted. It is picked off, and on the run is Roquan Smith. Down the sideline. Smith gets a block all the way. The pick six for Roquan Smith.
So Hecker, who did not punt in the first half. Hecker will pick it up. Ball is loose, and it's recovered in the end zone by Ashton Doolin for a Colts touchdown. And Ralph. Longest play of the day.
It is 5 p.m. We are live, NFL Week 3. Super excited. Last week was amazing. One of the best NFL betting weeks of my life. Vibes are high. Ryder Cup is tomorrow. We're winning our baseball bets today. If the Brewers can get it done, but I think we're 2-0 to start the day on baseball. So we're ready to start. We got Jersey T back here again. It's gonna be T. Welcome back. Let's have another great week. Are you excited?
I'm always excited for a good sports betting week.
Dude, last week was just next level. Let's talk about last week a little bit. Like, that was one of the best weeks of our life.
Yeah.
So
18-2?
18-2. We went 18-2, gave out a bunch of winners on this show. I'm just excited to do it again. We got start up tonight in 3 hours, a little less than 3 hours. It's gonna be fun. All right, want to get right into it? You ready?
I'm ready.
Let's get right into it. First game, Panthers, my Carolina Panthers, at the Houston Texans. They are 8-point favorites, total of 43. This is a huge letdown spot for the Panthers. They just came off a huge divisional win at home versus the Saints. And I know as a Panthers fan, I'm super excited about that win. And I promise you they are too. But this is a bad spot on the road, short week in Houston. I just don't think you can lay the 8 points. I think they're going to win the game, but I don't think you can lay the 8. What do you think on this game?
Yeah, 8's a lot. I mean, it's going to be a interesting game. Texans quarterback, 4th pick, first game under the lights. Like, it's prime time, and we don't know what's he going to do. And
they lost Tyrod Taylor, so
yeah. And that Panthers defense, they're looking scary.
We're stepping up. Who knows? If we win this game, I think we play the Eagles next or the Cowboys next. We start 4-0. Like, maybe there's some hope in Carolina, which I would be super excited about because we haven't had hope since we lost in the Super Bowl. But I don't think that I'm going to be betting this spread. I would take them in like the money line, maybe a pool pick or a money line parlay pick. Maybe tease it with the under. But besides that, I would stay away from this game. It's a very trappy spot for the Panthers. Let's move on to the first game of Sunday. Cardinals at the Jaguars. What do you like for this game, T?
I liked the Cardinals last week, but their defense didn't look what they were the first week. I think they bounced back. I think they can cover the 7 against the Jaguars. Kyler Murray's playing on another level, and I don't think the Jaguars can stay with them. So I would lay the 7 for this one.
Yeah, this is going to be a fun game to watch because Urban Meyer is just in the press every single week saying the craziest stuff. He just said this week, every NFL game is like playing Alabama. And I know when Urban Meyer was in college coaching at coaching at Ohio State, he did not handle losses well at all. Like he was like in his own head, like literally near suicidal after losses. And I don't know how he's like handling this. I feel like he's going to be gone sooner than later in Jacksonville. The 7's tough on the road because Trevor Lawrence is only going to play better. Like he's only going to play better. He's not going to do any worse. The Jaguars are feisty. They can score a little bit, but I would definitely lean the 7. I don't know if I can get there total. I'm not a totals guy, but probably over here.
Yeah, it's hard to go under when you know that Cardinals can put up 25.
Yeah, the Cardinals can score at will. But yeah, they're on the road. I would definitely lean the 7 with Jacksonville, but don't be surprised if Trevor Lawrence has a good game because, again, he's only going to get better. Next game, we'll move on to the Washington football team at the Bills. This line open at 9.5 point. Bills minus 9.5, and I really regret not taking it. I did, in fact, tease the Bills up in 2 teasers. I took them in a 3-team 10-point, which is like a mega teaser, and then I took them in a normal teaser as well. I meant not the Bills, the Washington. I teased Washington up. So I wish I grabbed the 9.5 straight up. I would have sprinkled money line as well, but I didn't. What do you like here?
I think 7.5 is too much for a very not good Bills team right now. Like they don't look good. Like they won last week, but they didn't look good at all.
Exactly. Like if you didn't watch the Bills game last week and you just saw the score, you're like, oh, Bills handled the Dolphins. It was like
no,
but they probably should have scored 50 plus points and they got lucky that Tua got hurt. They really did. Because I'm not saying they would have lost if he was in, but it would have been a different game. But I think the football team will stay inside this number. I think 7.5 is fair. I haven't got there yet. Like I said, I did tease it, but I think that number is fair. Football team, very emotional win, but they had time to prepare because it was on Thursday night. If this was like a short week, I would say Bills, but I think the football team will be prepared and their defense they're not going to slow down the Bills, but I think they'll be able to hang with them. So I think the 7.5 football team plus 7.5 is fair, and I might get there later in the week. All right, next game, Chargers at Chiefs. They are 6.5-point favorites, and this is their first home game of the season after winning a close one in Cleveland and losing a close one in Baltimore. 2 divisional games. Crazy start for the Chiefs. I feel like that's a little bit unfair. 2 divisional road games. I mean, not 2 divisional road games, 2 AFC road games. But, yeah, the Chiefs 6-point favorites at home. What do you like in this game?
I mean, coming off a really terrible loss, which they should have won. Andy Reid.
Should have won.
I've been watching him since I was 4, and he still doesn't learn. You don't play for a field goal. You gotta win. You can't sit back and give the ball back. So I think maybe he'll come back out. The Chiefs are gonna come out firing. I probably would lean more over than spread because I think the Chargers can be close. But I think the Chiefs win. So if you want them in like a parlay, a teaser, I think Chiefs for sure. But spread 6.5 just might be too much. Hey,
look at – sorry, Brian. I'm sorry. Yeah, I noticed that too. It is what it is. Yeah, but the Chiefs, they do not cover spreads. They haven't covered spreads like the past 2 seasons. And I don't think – I mean, they're going to come out hot after they just lost to the Ravens and a game they should have won. But they've been notorious for not covering spreads, and I think that trend will continue. I'm not going to bet the Chargers because I like the Chiefs as a moneyline parlay leg, which is how I make my hay in moneyline parlays. Love it or hate it, it's very profitable for us. So, yeah, but we like the Chiefs' first home game. Should be close. I don't think this is too much of an ask for the Chargers because they're known for playing road games. They share a stadium with another team. It's not going to be too tough for them to go to Arrowhead. They're good there. But
they played good against the Chiefs too.
Yeah, they played the Chiefs too.
Herbert played really good against the Chiefs last year.
Yeah. All right. Next game, Ravens just about 8-point favorites at the road on the line versus the Lions. This is tough. This is another letdown spot for the Ravens, in my opinion, because short week. They played Monday night versus that was Sunday night, right? But still, but two teams off primetime games. They both had a lot of attention on them. The Ravens, I feel like they're super high after that win against Kansas City, who like they never beat. So I wouldn't be surprised. I think the Ravens will get it done. But if the Lions can stay inside this number, and Dan Campbell's awesome. He has them playing like they're not as good as they have. No. They're not as good. They're overachieving a little bit, even though they're not winning. But Dan Campbell has the boys playing, and I think they'll give them a little fight. What is your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean that first half they looked good against Green Bay, and
they did.
It was a letdown. They just stopped playing. I don't know what happened. I mean, Aaron Rodgers kind of woke up a little bit, but
ran out of gas a little bit.
After that game Sunday night, Ravens were ecstatic at home, come back, win. I think Lions probably get there at 7.5.
Yeah, and I think this opened a little bit high, like in the 9 range, but nothing that caught my eye. I usually would take Ravens money line here in a parlay, but I don't love it. I would take it small, like if anything, because it feels like a letdown spot. Goff can't just be good for a whole game ever. Yeah, he had 2 bad fumbles. And they were kind of both his fault. I mean, I guess you could say the rain, but yeah, those definitely changed the game. So yeah, this is gonna be, I feel like, closer than people might expect. Yeah. All right, this might be the worst game ever.
Yeah, this
might be the worst game ever.
No, this is terrible.
I bet the Giants week 1 versus Denver and they had no chance. But I'm just gonna tell you right now, I'm not betting this game any way, shape, or form. No total, no tease, nothing. You tell me any outcome, I'm not surprised. So, this is just not what I'm gonna be doing. What do you think is gonna happen here?
There's not even words to describe what will happen in this game.
Yeah, this game is. I think the Giants will. If I had to pick, I think the Giants cover this. They're at home. They should have won last week. They had time. They have extra time because they played Thursday.
I would go the other way. I mean,
you think Falcons.
If I had to, again, I would. I'm not touching this game. I'd save my money. But Falcons didn't look awful against Tampa in the first half. They kind of gave them a little bit of a run. They came back a little bit, but I mean, there's just no.
Brian says over. See, I like the Giants defense. And I don't know where the state of the Falcons offense is because they used to be like the Falcons offense. They could score at will, but they're not like that anymore. And they did just play the Bucs and so they're obviously playing a better team than the Giants just did. But I don't know. This game is just as a bettor, I don't think anyone should bet this game. If you have some sort of conviction, feel free to share it. But I guess I'm taking the Giants. But besides that, I think we should move on from this game. Bears at Browns. Justin Fields' first career start. They just got announced, which is pretty exciting. He did not look good at all when he was in last game versus the Bengals? Yeah, Bengals.
Yeah, no.
He did not look good at all. I think the Browns can cover this number. Actually, now that Jarvis is out and Odell is also, don't know if he's playing, that changes their offense. I mean, they're run heavy to begin with, but that's going to make them turn into run short pass rather than run play action, post to Odell, post to some, it's going to change stuff. But I think the Browns will win this game.
Yeah, Browns should win. I mean, Justin Fields kind of got thrown in. They really didn't have a game plan for Fields. This week, their game plan will be around Fields, so that will change a little bit how he does.
How much can you trust Matt Nagy and the Bears' offensive scheming? It's just
you
can't.
But
it's horrible.
Again, Browns' defense looks atrocious.
Yeah,
first 2 weeks.
I don't think I'm going to get there with the 7, but I'll definitely take the Browns in a money line parlay for sure.
Definitely.
And I'll find another team to put them with that'll give me a nice price, but. This is going to be an interesting game. I would like to see the Browns play without Jarvis and Odell, see how they react. Maybe Chubb has a crazy game.
I'd like to see the Browns play a full game, not one half or the first half or the second half.
Yeah, we took Browns first half -7 last week, and that was our only our only loss? One of our only losses.
Yeah, that was one of the two. But we had them in a parlay first half money line, so that
Yeah.
pushed.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. They played good in the second half, but they couldn't play in the first half. And then against the Chiefs, they played
Play good in the
good
first half.
not in the second half.
Yeah, you don't have to bet every game. So I like to see how this one turns out. All right, moving on. The Colts at the Titans. Titans are a 5-point home favorite. This is interesting. We don't know the status of Andrew Luck 100% yet.
Not Andrew
But
Luck.
I meant Andrew Luck. Carson Wentz. Sorry. I'm done with him. I know you're done with him, but I'm done with Carson Wentz.
Yeah, I mean, he's just always injured. He doesn't look comfortable when he plays after his first injury. Since when he got injured, he just doesn't look comfortable. Times at home, I mean, they just came off a crazy comeback win.
Yeah.
Might be a letdown spot.
See, well, the Colts, they lost to the Rams, but they objectively should have won that game. They were inside the 5-yard line twice and scored 0 points. Like literally 0. They were first and goal from the 1 and they didn't score any points.
Well,
so
the game also wouldn't have been that close if the Rams personal protector didn't block the ball on a punt.
Right. Yeah, the line is 5 right now, and if Wentz is out, that's going to go closer to 6 or 7, and if he is in, I think that'll go closer to 3. But I probably would take the Colts plus 5 here. I already did tease the Colts over 10. I wanted to get over that 10. I feel semi-comfortable with that if he's not playing, but definitely comfortable with that if he is playing. It's a divisional game. The Colts are not a bad team. Like they went to the playoffs last year. They barely lost to the Bills. And yeah, I think 5 is tough. I would take the Colts plus 5 if Wentz is announced, but I definitely already have, and maybe we'll tease the Colts higher over 10. Let's move on to the next game. This is a very, very, very interesting line. Saints road dogs to the Patriots -3, and I was really upset when this line came out because I knew they were playing next week, and I was hoping that it'd be the other way around, and I was going to bet the Patriots as home underdogs, but that's not the case. I think Vegas got this right, but I already bet the Patriots. What is your opinion on this game?
Yeah, I mean, Jameis Winston was a letdown last week. I took the Saints in like a teaser or something, and he was just terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, Patriots look good against the Jets. So
True.
How are they going to look against the Saints? Are they going to be the same as their defense going to be good enough? Is their offense going to be good enough? We don't know. And then the Saints are hit or miss.
Yeah, the thing with the Saints is they haven't been at their facilities since the second or third week of the preseason because of the weather situation in New Orleans. Their coaching staff is out with COVID still.
8 of them last week.
8 of them last week, and I don't know what the number now, but I know that's still lingering. And all of those dynamics, I feel like just make it harder. I mean, it does make it harder to win a football game. And I think the Patriots, their defense is solid. He says Jameis over picks. Mainly he's gonna throw the ball 100 times a game. So I don't hate that. Yeah, but I took the Patriots. I parlayed them with a big favorite to get them down to like -120 or something like that. So I'm basically like throwing Patriots money line at -120. I like my odds there. If it loses, it loses. But I thought they were gonna be underdogs, which is why I didn't go too crazy with this game. But all right, let's move on to the Bengals at the Steelers. We don't know the status of Ben yet, but he's going to play, I think. But he plays better when he's hurt, so I don't know. What do you like here? Anything?
No.
No? Yeah.
Neither.
See, this because what do you make of the Steelers? Week one they beat the Bills, but I think that was the Bills playing bad.
Yeah, the Bills kind of beat themselves week 1, and I feel like last week kind of showed. I don't know. I think last week showed that the Raiders are better than everyone thought they were.
Yeah, no, I like the Raiders.
And I mean, Bengals came back last week, but Joe Burrow just.
It's not Joe Burrow. It's the offensive line.
No, 100%. But he didn't look comfortable, is what I was gonna say.
Yeah, it's the offensive line. I mean, this is the best defense. The Bengals are going to face this year. Like the Steelers, I mean, that's if TJ Watt plays because he is He came off last week, but they are a totally different defense when he's on the field versus when he's off the field. If TJ Watt gets announced, I probably will bet Steelers -3. That plus an injured Big Ben. An injured Big Ben is like a boost to Big Ben because he just does better when he's hurt. And it's just like he has his whole career. I love when Big Ben has allegations around him and injuries around him because that is when he's at his best.
Always.
We'll move on to the Dolphins. 45.5 at the Raiders. This opened as Dolphins were favorites, I think, like -1.
Really?
Or it was either a 1-point spread, either way, which don't know why, but now that Tua is announced out, the Raiders moved to -4.5, and I like that.
I would take the Raiders probably to 6.5.
Yeah,
I mean, at home, that stadium is beautiful. First off,
yeah,
and they just look good.
Yeah, and I mean the Dolphins are going to be playing with Brissett at quarterback, who isn't that much of a drop off from Tua, in my opinion. He literally might be better. I am not a Tua guy. Not a Tua guy, but either way, the Raiders are a better football team. Gruden has these boys playing. Derek Carr is showing. Gruden has talked up Derek Carr the last 3 seasons, and we've seen glimpses of it. But the past 2 games, he's been the leader. He's led fourth quarter comebacks. Past 2 games, he's proven to play well when he needed to play well. So I do like the Raiders in this spot to get it done. Anything else here?
Nah, I like Gruden. I think he's got the team ready to run through a wall every game.
Yeah,
that's just Gruden.
I would love to play for Gruden.
I just want to talk to him once.
Yeah. All right. Jets at Broncos -10.5. I'm just gonna say right now, I think the Jets cover this game.
I mean, 10.5 is a lot for.
It's a lot of points. It's just too many points.
It's a lot, but
you can't go wrong saying too many points. Even if it loses, it's too many points.
It is too many points. I mean, I think Broncos win for sure. Maybe take them tease.
Broncos probably are going to be everyone's survival pick.
Yeah, close.
Because when else you're going to use Denver? They're going to be everyone's survival pick. And if the Broncos win this game, they're 3-0. But they played the Giants, the Jaguars, and now the Jets.
Yeah, I mean, them being 3-0
is meaningless.
Is really meaningless, but I still think that Broncos win this game.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you bet on the Jets right now? You can't.
I teased the Jets up.
I'm okay with that.
I teased them up. I think the Jets are going to I didn't bet that plus 10.5, but I do think the Jets I think the Jets will get inside this number. But if the Broncos wipe them, no one will be surprised. But I think there's going to be a sneaky Jets stay inside the number. Give them a little bit. All right, Buck. This is probably the game of the week. Bucks at Rams. This opened up. Rams were 1-point favorites. I'm betting the Rams money line or plus. I wanted to get the +2. Then I'll take +2. But I'm going to bet the Rams. The Rams won last year in Tampa. I think the Rams defense is the best defense in the league. Mm-hmm. They have an objectively better quarterback from last year. They're home. I don't know why they're underdogs. I mean, I do know why they're underdogs. It's Tom Brady. Yeah. But what do you like here?
I mean, it's hard. I mean, it's hard to bet against Tom Brady. It is.
It's hard to bet against Tom Brady. I'm not going to
bet against Tom Brady, but I mean, the Rams are balling out. Their defense is flying on all cylinders right now. Jalen Ramsey, best corner in the league.
He is the best corner in the league.
But Tom Brady's arsenal is also balling right now.
And Gronk looks like he's a rookie again.
Yeah, he's catching 2 a game like that. Tom Brady's going to break the passing touchdown record by week 15. Yeah,
I'm not low on the Bucks, but I do think the Bucks are vulnerable. I bet the Cowboys money line in week 1 plus 330 or plus 300, and
no, they are.
They probably should have won that game. But I do think the Rams win this game. I hope it gets to +2. I'll take the +2 immediately. If not, I'll just take a money line. Either way, it doesn't really matter. And I like the under teased. I kind of like the under straight up, but I'm gonna tease the under to 62 or something like that.
Yeah.
Seahawks -1.5 at the Vikings. What do you like here?
I like the Seahawks. I think Vikings can't play good 2 weeks in a row.
Totally agree.
And I think after last week, Seahawks that was a big letdown, losing the game up 2 touchdowns.
And they're going to be coming off pit. They're going to be coming out
pissed. They're going to be coming out hot. and I just don't like the Vikings. Like you can't trust them ever.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think they play good. I think Seahawks cover this easily.
I already bet the Seahawks. I think I took -1 or something like that. Either way, -1 money line is going to be a similar price. Yeah, I think the Seahawks get this done. The defense was finally playing good until the second half of that game. They let Derrick Henry run all over him. Like you can't really fault him for that. Like he had one of the best halves of his football career last week.
The guy gets 35 carries. He's going to break one eventually. Like it's hard to hold him no matter what. You could hold him to 20 carries and 30 yards. He's still going to get 100 by the end of the game because he gets the ball. Every carry almost.
And if Dalvin Cook is playing, he's not 100% because he hurt himself. I think he's questionable right now, but I expect him to play, but he's not 100%. Yeah, and if Kirk Cousins should never be throwing 40+ passes a game, and if that is what it turns into, I like the Seahawks even on the road.
And it sucks.
No, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
Like the Vikings got players. Like I feel bad for them. They just put it together. Like Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen, Dalvin Cook. They just he has the surrounding cast, the supporting cast. He just can't do it.
All right. So this is the Sunday night game. Packers back-to-back primetime games at the 49ers. I'm interested to hear what you want to say about this game. Then I'll share what I like.
Yeah, I mean, Niners won last week against the Eagles. It wasn't a great win, I don't think. I think the Eagles lost to themselves. Had the ball first and goal 6 times. They had the ball on the goal line, didn't score. Niners only put up 17. I think it's a high-scoring game. I think the over 6-0 primetime games. Eagles are horrible, yes, Brian. However, the Niners only beat them 17-11. I like Packers.
Yeah, they probably could. They probably shouldn't have won that game, but
I like Packers and I like the over. So maybe a tease both ways.
Yeah, I already bet the Packers plus 3.5. I got it this morning. Why do I like that? When you look at these teams, one has an elite defense, one has an elite offense. Don't be too hard. Don't overthink it. One has an elite offense, one has an elite defense. Take the points if they're similar teams. Also, my perception of the Packers and the 49ers at the beginning of the season were fairly similar. I thought both of these teams were going to be good. Packers defense let it down, but I think the 49ers offense is slightly worse than the Packers defense. That could be wrong, but either way, I like the Packers and the points. I think it's going to be a close game that comes down to the final possession. All right, move on to the Monday night game. Jersey Tees Eagles head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. My Cowboys. I'm low-key a Cowboys fan because I bet them. I bet them so often. I don't know.
I mean, because they're close every game, so if they're getting points, you should bet them.
Yeah. So anything you like here? I mean, I'll let you go on this one. This is your team.
I mean, it's Eagles suck prime time. Cowboys probably should cover this with ease. Sucks to say. I mean, the Eagles defense looked good the past 2 weeks, but against Atlanta, I think Cowboys win this. I don't know if they cover. It's always a close game when it's a division game.
Divisional game, yeah.
So
what I did,
money line with somebody else, but I might take the Eagles 3.5 because they're my Eagles, but I would not tell you guys to take the Eagles.
I took Denver and Dallas money line parlays -125. I'll live with. I feel like that's a good number.
The over 52 is high.
52 is high.
The Eagles have a decent defense. I think they can do these, and their offense just doesn't look great yet.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go with. I think the Cowboys will get this done. I got them down to -125 with the Broncos. So yeah, it's gonna be close. I do think they'll cover, but I'm not gonna take it. All right, we had another good college football week. I'll do a little bit of college football now. We are up 3 units in college football last week. It's been a good season. We've won 3 out of the 4 weeks because this is technically week 5 because week 1 was called week 0. So we've won 3 out of the 4 so far. So I'm gonna give out 3 college football plays. 2 of them are 2-unit plays. So I think these are going to be winners. Let's go. First play, Clemson minus 9.5. Probably like Clemson. Why would you take them again? They barely beat Georgia Tech. So they're on the road. They're at NC State. NC State they're a good team. They just came off. They won by like 50 versus FCS team of Furman, and I think this is Clemson. Big rebound week for Clemson. If they would have beat Georgia Tech last week semi-handedly, like won by even if they didn't cover, but just won not like the way they did, they would have been 14, 15-point favorites minimum. But the public perception is like, oh, Clemson's frauds, which I don't think they're frauds. This is an expected down year from them after losing Lawrence, but they are objectively so much more talented than this NC State team. NC State does have a good quarterback, Devin Leary. He's from South Jersey, but I think Clemson will get this cover done. They only 9.5. College football, that's like a touchdown because there's so much more scoring in college football. I think Clemson gets this done. My next play, Colorado plus 14.5 versus Arizona State. So this Colorado team is very weird. 2 weeks ago, they almost beat Texas A&M at home. And then last week, they got absolutely, I think it was 31-0. They lost to Minnesota. So, like, what do you make of this Colorado team? They have one of the best defenses in the country. That's without a question. And they were up against a good offense last week, and they did nothing. Maybe they were just pissed from last week after after barely beating a top 5 team in Texas A&M. But I just don't know what the Pac-12 is doing. Like, they have all these teams, UCLA, USC, Oregon, obviously, Colorado, who like can make a little noise, and then when they get in the spotlight, they just can't do it, with the exception of Oregon. But I don't think Colorado should be 14-point underdogs against Arizona State, who just lost to BYU last week. I expect this to be a close game. Colorado to rebound a little bit and stay within this number. And then my final college football play that I'm giving out here is a moneyline parlay: Appalachian State, Duke, and Florida. Appalachian State actually plays tonight in exactly 2 hours. They play Marshall. Marshall just lost to East Carolina in a game that they blew a 21-point lead. We actually had Marshall money line in a parlay, and which is crazy. But Appalachian State is a team that hung with Miami. I'm really high on them, really high on them. They are one of the better like low teams in the country. I think Appalachian State gets it done tonight versus Marshall. Duke plays Kansas. You're not going to have any problem there. And Florida, just to boost this a little bit, they're 19-point favorites. They play Tennessee. And that is all of the free plays for college football. We went through NFL. If you have any questions, feel free to shoot us, me or him, a DM, and follow us on Twitter. Yeah, anything else, T?
No, let's have another.
Yeah, let's have another great week. 18 units last week, and we do not expect that to slow down. Any questions? Thursday NFL game input. I said that I like the Panthers to win this game. It's a letdown spot for them. I think they'll cover, but I'm not going to bet it. They just beat the divisional opponent in New Orleans, and now they have a short week on the road, letdown spot. Backup quarterback, though, that's why it's fishy. I would have bet the Texans +8 if that wasn't the case. Yeah, letdown spot. I think the Panthers win. I am not a player prop guy, so I'm not going to give you anything that I don't really love. But I think the Panthers win this game. So, yeah, that's it. I hope everyone has a good weekend. Hit us up for any questions. Hit us up for the package this weekend. We're going to cash again. Peace out. Have a good weekend. Love you guys.